So what do you understand by MVS 10N? N for
Short circuit.
breaking 50. If it is H, it is 65. Correct? Simple. Then you have UI and UIMP. So UI stands for insulation voltage, which is 1000 volts.
Which we have not touched.
And UIMP is impulse withstand voltage. Impulse is when the surge comes.
Lightning volt.
Huh. It is tested for 12 kV. So any kind of lightning which falls directly, it can lead to high surge. So it is tested for 12 kV.
What we have
Yes.
Then you have operating. UE stands for operating voltage,
where
right? 220, 440 volts. Then you have 690 volt also. So MVS and W both will be tested up to 690 volts. So this is since it is N, the ICU is 50K, ICW is 50K. What would be ICS?
haven't gone to but
ICS is same thing.
not
Because in ACP we have ICU is equal to ICS is equal to ICW.
right. You have
At 690 it will show 42K. But depends. Customer 690 volt is never the operating voltage. It is 415, 440 max.
3, 4, 5,
Then it is written category B,
like that. You can use number of
I see.
right? Because it has ICW. That's why.
the PS.
Then you have 60947-2
I'll be
standard.
able to
That's a standard on which this breaker is tested for impulse voltage, operating voltage,
all the
insulation voltage, all those things are tested as per
Start number
IC 60947-2. Right?
Starter number
And it is on 50 as well as 60 hertz
starter
both,
number 3, that means with
right? Frequency.
like that.
So this is the front picture.
can we
Sorry. Right?
have a local control
So
that is possible.
this is coming here also. So we'll see from
Have a
here.
TI.
Right? Then comes there are four parts to ACB basically.
So that's a digital.
One is your handle,
Technically, the digital module
Right.
here.
from which you will charge the spring.
Consider this
Right?
as
This is manually. If this handle is not there and there is motor, that will be electric. Right? Then you see this is a chassis.
Selectors, right?
So this will be drought.
So when I
It's a
put that on
chassis.
the
So
local,
it's a trolley. So you can drought. This is not a fixed type. This is a drought type. If this chassis was not there, then it would have been a
however,
fixed type.
physically,
Correct?
whether it's a current,
You can see
Power
handles, you can
factor.
see on and off indication. So once you put the front cover here like this, you'll only see this slot. If it is off or on, or it is a spring charge or no. So if spring is not charged,
solution where
okay,
you can have the digital outputs which you can take.
this is,
For example, I want to know the temperature of the bearing of
okay, here we'll see the charging part.
the winding of
Anyways.
the motor. You want to
Now you see this is the closing coil. This will,
pressure.
this coil will actually close or open the contacts of the AC. So contacts are inside.
Yes.
There are jaw contacts which will open and close. And there is a safety shutter where if this breaker is inside, it will always, that shutter will be
the group of filters is
open and the contacts will
I
be,
want to have it for a compartment.
the power contacts will be enclosed in on condition. And if it is off, then the power contacts will be open.
Switch one start.
And these contacts are not run through manually or something. It is through spring. So those contacts are closed or open through force, because spring is required to create a force and sudden force,
Cement belts.
right? You have to trip within 40-50 milliseconds. It cannot happen through any other means except spring,
This is
right?
contact.
So that's why spring is used. Then what else you can see? You can see this trip unit. So this is a basic trip unit, MVS. This is ET2 I trip unit. So you have two means, only LI, overload and just instantaneous short circuit. No short circuit delay, no ground fault protection, right? And there is no display, so this is basic one. So even in the indication also you see overload as well as instantaneous. There is no ground fault indication.
You have a
Right?
electric feature. That is, I have this.
So all LEDs glowing, that means this micro, it is healthy, right?
Can
There is a slot for secondary injection,
you will have a device like this?
which I was showing you during maintenance. They inject it, then it configures it for overload and short circuit, and it trips those two graphs. That means that is a simulation which is done using this port.
It's profitable.
Right.
That is
What else you see? You see here one knob. So this is 3 pole or 4 pole?
Four pole.
You can just loop it
4 pole, right?
to form.
Because you see here N.
Take it to the next.
So neutral is also there.
Next one, like that.
So neutral, you have 3 options.
The other
One,
way, you can also
This 4 pole can be used as a 3 pole without any neutral protection.
and you can take it to this
Right.
from there. You can take it.
Second, you will use neutral for protection,
Just what
but you have 2 options. Half neutral protection or full neutral protection.
27 kilo.
So N by 2, you have here knobs which will
Wherever you have this
which have N by 2.
uh,
So you have 4P 4D or 4P 3D, right? You would have seen that. 3D means when it is 4 pole, that means physically there are 4 poles. When it is 4D means all 4 poles are protected. That means R by B will open and then neutral will open at the last. While opening, while closing, neutral will close first and then R by B will close. Right? 4P 4D means that. And when it is N or N by 2 means neutral is half protected or full protected. You have the settings depending on the client requirement. You can do the knob settings.
Right? An integrated stuff.
What else you are seeing here? Here are push buttons on and off. Right? This is the part where a handle is removed and a motor is fixed.
I don't know whether
I think here also it is manual. So if this handle is not there, then it is all motorized ACB. Okay. If you come on the top, there are some auxiliary contacts.
This is a total code.
These are some
Studied about type 1, type 2.
potential free contacts. Okay.
So in the event of a fault,
So if you see, there is a communication COM port where
all you have to do
those ACBs, when you are using BCM plus ULP cord, the output of ULP will come here. And from here, the ULP cord you have to,
once you put the relay
then it will be a 8 wire, basically Cat6 cable. So Cat6 has 8 small wires.
you have class 10.
We'll show that how those 8 wires are there. So in that, 2 are for
You can have class 10.
plus and minus, basically power.
Along with that,
2 are for digital input and digital in and digital
insert
out.
device,
Right? So these slots are used for communication
15.5.
when you are taking a RS485 ACB.
Best product. Sir, just
ULP.
This is a product.
I'll bring the ULP, BSCM and ULP and you get to know one.
This is one of cold rolling mails. You know,
Micrological 6 display display size production one settings is going.
You can have it. So these are the slots which will take data from the trip unit. It will sit behind it.
Next time. You can also have
It will sit on the trip unit. It will pick up all the data on the trip unit. And there will be output channel from here. There will be wires. From here it will be connected to a ULP cord. The ULP will come here from inside only.
Now we take the next.
And output of ULP will be given to IFE or IFM wherever it is.
Then we have
on
something
Ethernet.
called an island.
From Ethernet you can take it to Ethernet switch or SCADA. Or
Combination of
this is how communication happens.
Right? We have specific.
As feature
Now I have to control.
No. So this is the handle first,
Right. Lot of the things.
and you have this slot. You can see this slot.
Yes.
In this slot, this handle goes right. It sits normally. It is here, right? So to remove the handle first,
You have a complete
right?
image.
It will be like this. So this is in disconnected state. Here, if you see the arrow, it is in disconnected state.
More advanced.
But if you rack in, it will go to test first, and then it will go to connect.
While coming test, the button will be coming.
Yeah, it will.
Phone number and remote outputs. Begin up to 800.
So now first you have to.
That is, it is like a. We are saying
Okay.
1,000 units of.
Okay, we will try.
Internet.
Right? Again, you have to press this.
What
Press this knob. So it will lock in this test position. Again, you press. Again, you will be able to rack in. Again, 5-6 times. It will fully go inside.
Connected.
So right now it is racked out.
Okay.
If you want to go for a higher rate,
This is handle. 1. The spring is charged. This is manual operation. The spring is charged. Okay. Right?
this is what we call a full test.
Breaker is on.
What is the termination?
Right?
When you terminate.
Now breaker is off. So this is manual operation. Right? Normally manual operation will not happen on off. Most of the time breaker is used for tripping fault protection. So it will automatically trip on fault. Right? Whenever you have maintenance or you want to isolate, so you first switch off it then you rack out.
There's a bottom hole construction.
Right? If it is switch on condition, it will not get racked out.
The cable has.
Right? Or if you have racked out and you try to switch on in racked out position, it will not happen. So those protection is anyways there.
So,
Sir, one more protection. Actually, what happens when the breaker is on condition, you try to rack it. It immediately
First
gets
switch off and then rack.
racked.
Yeah. Correct. That's again. So when you're telling from test to connect position, then you have
Yes.
because from test to connect, what is happening is power connection is coming together,
Yes, sir.
and if there is a gap in the power connection, like I mean when it is trying to close, there will be arcing. To prevent that arcing, it will first switch off, it will close, and then you have to switch on the breaker. In on condition, you won't be able to rack in.
It automatically gets stripped, sir.
It will trip. There's a plunger inside it, right? This NW, now MVS and NW, do you see any difference?
This
Ah,
display
this is-
board.
So this was
Basic.
6L.
That one is basic and this one is
This is 6E. So
Smart.
here 6E, here it should be equivalent to 6V
6 feet. Okay.
MVS. Then in 6V we will see all these things, display, bar graph, all settings you will see.
Sir, rating plug.
You have here IN 1000. This is the rating plug.
No, sir, that top one I think.
Which one? Yeah?
No, sir, ये वाला.
No.
ये वाला.
But this rating plug is, that rating is mentioned here.
No, sir, the rating plug which we wanted to interchange.
I mean, when you remove this, entire lot will come out.
Okay.
It is not just this will come out.
Okay, sir.
So when you put another plug, there will be rating here. Here it is 1000, it might be 2000.
Okay, sir.
So that rating plug is mentioned and labeled here at the bottom. 1000 amps or 2000 amps. So if this breaker is 1000 amps, rating is 1000. But if you use a 800 amp rating plug, it will work. For higher version, you can use a lower rating plug.
This is also 4 and
Yeah,
You also have importance.
you have your settings, no? And this is 4 port. Again, same communication slots, all auxiliary. You have under voltage, shunt, PF is strip, MCH is motor coil, right? Motor is healthy or not. On off contacts. This is all contacts are for making the schemes, right? If you want some extra contacts and you have to take it for mechanical interlocking, electrical interlocking with any other breaker, synchronization, DG sync, ATS. So all those logic, you take those required contacts.
this one MVS 2143. This one MVS
21430. That's a easy com module.
What
That is for on-off trip status. So my breaker is on, off, or tripped. That only indication it will give you for three ACBs. One MVS 21430 is required. So that's the easy com module, just like a mini PLC. So what I will take, I'll take one OF contact. OF is on off, and one PF SD contact. SD is triple. So these two contacts, I'll take it and hardwire through a wire, communication wire, on my EasyCom MVS 2143. Again, from second breaker, I'll do it hardwiring. Third, I'll take hardwiring. The output of MVS 21430 will be Modbus. I take it to SCADA. On my SCADA, all these three breakers will be shown as whether this is on, off, or tripped. 1, 2, 3, like that. That's for easy communication, cheaper communication, where you just want trip status or on-off status of these three breakers, and that can be done within 10,000 rupees for 3 breakers. But if you are going with a full-fledged communication, that is expensive.
Can explore that. Otherwise, niche markets.